'85 around that fall, around that summer fall going into fall. Yeah, now I went up there and we was all ciphering, freestyling, and yeah, that's when I got an unsigned hype in the Source magazine. Yeah, unsigned hype. Yeah, that's
So
how.
okay, all right. So what like who was you at that? What was your age around that time? You ain't gotta be specific, but how
Yeah.
old around you was you? And like what was your life like at that time? Like what and one end you trying to do music, but on the other end, what was life like? How was you maintaining?
Well, I just got out of. I tell you like this. I just got out of a group home not too long before this. I was in custody, and basically, I got released at 18. So this had to be around 19, 20 years old in my life right here. This had to be like 19, 20. And then I would be going. I would. My grandfather got custody of me from the state. Then we moved to Jersey City,
Mm.
and I was basically cutting school around that time. You know what I mean? Still going like on my last year of high school, I believe. Like I was like, yeah, I dropped out because I couldn't finish school, and then basically after dropping out, um, I went to Washington Square Park to hang out, and I wound up meeting Most Def, and I wound up meeting Talib Kweli. And then
Mm.
Talib and me and Most Def, we would all be rhyming and in the park. And we were struggling. I would rhyme for money. I would go around rhyming for money at times with a dude named Dreddy Kruger and another dude named Purvis. And we
Yeah.
would all battle each other in Washington Square Park. And then Redhead Kingpin used to pull up. And a lot of other rappers. KRS would show up. It was like a hub for MCs. Supernatural, and he was there.
The freestyle king.
Yeah, yeah, and I basically held my own in the park. Basically, a million times I was there battling. I would go battle anybody at any club. I would go to after that, after hanging in the park, we would go to rhyme at clubs. We would go to clubs like Giant Step. We would go to other spots like Home Base, the tunnel, or anywhere that was, basically had clubs that was playing hip hop back then. We was
At
in
this time, what you staying in Brooklyn?
Yeah, yeah. I was in Brooklyn, but I was also going back to Jersey City to stay with my grandfather. So
Okay,
I would
so
go.
back and forth.
Yeah, I would stay in Jersey, and then just straight up go to Brooklyn for a few days and come back every few days because I was out there trying to get a deal. I was really trying to go back to recording because I was just getting out of the group home. So I heard about the Source magazine. Somebody's like, "Yo," but like they had other like movements like Lyricist Lounge.
Yeah,
All right, Lyricist Lounge. My man was like, "Yo, you
Mad
should go."
Wednesdays, Mad Wednesdays.
Right, right. You should. My man was like, "Yo, you should go over there and rhyme, yo. You nice, bro. You should go over there and show him your skills." So I used to go over to the apartment over there on Ludlow Street. It was on Ludlow Street in Lower East Side, and
Mhm.
they basically started it as an apartment. You know what I mean? So it was like I don't know who crib was it, but it was like an open space. So I went up in there rhyming. Me and Matty C, we used to be hanging out back then. So he took me there, and then yeah, eventually they was like, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, and I would keep coming back. Then they would move to the they would move to the village, and they had a jazz club, so I would go there and rhyme, and then this is how me and Big got cool because I met him at Lyricist Lounge. So me and Big he was like, "Yo, you a nice Puerto Rican MC I ever met, brother." I was like, "Oh shit, that mean a lot for me, bro." You know what I mean? And then we just started kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Me and Big. So
Well,
Big,
this before Big was what Bad Boy or
yeah, this way before Big was with Bad Boy. You know what I mean? Big was basically, you know, he was out there, but they were shopping him, but he wasn't signed yet. You know what I mean? But he definitely did Lyricist Lounge. You know what I'm saying? I think back when he had Party and Bullshit, he was with Puff. He was with Puff. But then I got cool with Big. Then I would see a lot of rappers back then. I didn't have a deal that they have a deal, and they asked me to come grab the mic and rock. So I would come grab the mic, rock, like just show up and just get busy, and then be like, yo, this motherfucker's nice. And then I would start getting offers from certain people. Jamalski brought me around a lady named Faith Newman, and she signed Nas, and she heard me rap for the first time and offered me $1 million on the spot, but I ain't take it. You know what I mean? Because I had management, and he was like, yo, they didn't want me to jump into anything without understanding the game, and I didn't really understand the game back then either. You know what I mean? I was young. I was just looking for a play. A bag, you know what I mean? I knew I had talent, but I was like, let me test the waters out again, being that, I just came out the group home and, really don't have a plan, but I do have talent. And that's one thing they seen at the source. Jonathan Schechter, Maddie C, Scott Free, they were always working at the source at the time. So when they put me in unsigned hype, that's when all the labels came, like 20 labels, different record labels, all majors and all that, just coming after me, like I was fooled. So,
I remember the name Maddie C from Source Magazine. So he actually started up with you. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Benzino. I used to go up there and barber the fuck out of Benzino when they was down there in Union Square too. It was like on 17th or 18th.
Yeah, before that office, they was on they was on West Broadway in Houston. They used to be on West Broadway in Houston. That's the old building. Wow.
All right. Let me just flash this one real quick. What's this one right here?
Okay, that's Game Records. That's when I made Cookie Monster. Now that other picture that you just showed me before this, I was spitting that style on that and on that picture. The last picture, this right here came about me on that last picture because I was in a cypher with Redman and Method Man. They was just rapping, right? How they rap normally. I was like, I'm gonna surprise these niggas when it's my turn.
You wigged out?
Yeah, I was like, hello, boys and girls. I'm the Cookie Monster. Any rapper stepping to me, yo, I'll put it on you. I went like that. Them niggas didn't know it. They was like, what the fuck is this nigga on? He done changed his voice up on us. He done flipped it. So I was like animated. You know what I mean? I was different. I didn't want to be like everybody else. I wanted to be animated. I wanted to have a different effect. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to, you know what I mean, come regular. And I just felt like, I had an imagination. And I wanted that to be more prevalent than, somebody just, grabbing the mic, MCing, and it's dope to MC and rock, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to modify it. You know what I mean? What if Cookie Monster was on the mic? You know what I mean? And that's what I used to think, you know what I mean? Watching cartoons and, and certain shows back in the days, I used to mimic the Fonz, you know what I mean? Or, picture the Fonz rhyming, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? But if somebody could mimic his voice, you know what I mean? And spit a rhyme being the Fonz,